Alright guys, we're going to get started on the image slider here. Now in order to do this, obviously we need some images. So what you can do is you can go into the project files and you can grab them from the IMG folder. What I'm going to do is take them now and just put them in my IMG folder. And there's 3 images. If we were to view these, there's Resort 1, Resort 2, and Resort 3.jpg. Those are the 3 images. And if you're wondering where I got these, I got them from Pexels.com, Pexels.com, which is a fantastic site for very high quality free stock images. So I think I searched for Resort, just in case you want to download them yourself, or if you want to use different images. Let's see. I think I used that one maybe. I'm not sure exactly which ones I used, but if you want to use different images, that's fine as well. So Pexels.com, great resource. So now that we have those images, let's go back to our HTML, and what we want to do here, let me just open this real quick. What we want to do here is create a section underneath our menu here. So I'm going to put a comment here and I'm going to say section, and this is the slider. Now the way that we're going to lay out everything in pretty much every project is in sections. I like to use the HTML5 section tag and break everything up, give it its own class, and also usually give it a class of section, which is a materialized class that gives it some padding. Okay, but we're not going to actually use it for the slider, but we will use it in most cases. So for now we're going to say section dot slider, which will give us a section with the class of slider, and then we're going to have a UL with the class of slides. Okay, and then each slide will be wrapped in an LI tag and we'll have an image. So we're going to say image, and then it's going to be in the IMG folder, and we want the resort 1.jpg file. Okay, so underneath that we're going to put our caption, and we're going to use a center caption. Okay, a center aligned caption. So let's put a div with the class of caption. It's also going to have a class of center dash align, like that, and then we'll put our h2 in there, and we're going to say take your dream vacation, and then under that we're going to have an h5, and we're going to give it a class of light. Whoops, I'm going to give it a class of light, and let's say gray text, and then we want to do text dash lighten dash 3, okay, which will make it very light. And then remember I showed you on the responsive version, I don't want this to show the h5, the small text. So we're going to use the class hide on small only. Okay, so that'll hide it on small screens. And then for the text, I'm going to put in lorem, and then let's use 15. So lorem 15 tab. Okay, and we'll change that if we need more or less. And then underneath that we'll have an a tag with the class of btn, also the class of btn dash large, and it's not going to go anywhere, it doesn't matter. And then for the text we're just going to say learn more. Alright, so that's our first slide. So now what we're going to do is copy the entire LI, and we're going to put in 2 more, so 1, 2 more, and we're going to change this to resort 2, and let's change the slogan here to, we'll say we work with all budgets, and we want to align this differently. We want to align this one to the left, and that should be it. And then down here we'll change this to resort 3, and then we want to align this one to the right, so it'll be right align, and we'll change the text here to, let's say, group and individual getaways. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. Now we're not seeing anything yet. We actually have to initialize this down in the JavaScript. So let's go, let's see, we're gonna go down. Let's just comment this. We'll say init side nav, and then we'll go init slider. So we're going to use a little bit of jQuery here and say dot slider. Remember, we have that section with the class of slider, and then we're going to call dot slider, and then we can pass in some options. So I don't want the indicators to show, the little dots, so I'm going to say indicators. I'm going to set that to false, and then we're going to set the height to 500. Okay, we're going to set the transition to 500, half a second, and then the interval, which is how long the slide stays for, we're going to say 6,000, which is 6 seconds, or 6,000 milliseconds. So let's save that, and there we go. So there's our first slide. It should automatically change. Okay, you can see that comes in from the left, and then that comes in from the right. Actually, though, you know what? The text is too dark. So let's change. Let's see, I said gray text, and I spelt lighten wrong. That's why. Lighten. So let's change that. Sorry about that, guys. I hate when I make stupid spelling mistakes. Okay, there we go. So now it's a lot lighter and we can see it better. And it's important to choose images where your text is able to be shown. Notice the trees are over here, so I had the text come in on this side. And then this is a pretty dark image, so it doesn't really matter where it comes in here. All right, but now we have our slider. I think that looks pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do is get into the icon boxes. The search box, and then the icon boxes underneath. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.